Hey there, Rajat here for your Sunday special part 3 of boosting your sales training. What do we do now? What do we do? So we spoke about the express highway. We spoke about your express highway concept. We spoke about not being cheap and not throwing all your stones or not throwing all your tricks and all your tips and doing all the convincing to one prospect, but rather using prospects, using prospects' attention as the variable in front of your defined offer. Now, how do we do this? How do we create this? Let me just get my duster and clean this stuff out. So what do we do and how do we do it? What we do is, getting a prospect to agree to your product or to even pay attention to your product has to break a bunch of different barriers. Okay, getting a prospect to agree or even to consider you as worth spending their 1%, 0.5% of their mind's attention is, has to break 3 or 4 barriers. Okay, what are these barriers? Okay, is this idea something that interests me? Okay, does this idea, how much time is it going to take for me to, how much time, what is the, what are the barriers? How much time is it going to take for me to look at this? Okay, if it's going to take, somebody call, hey sir, we have good investment options if you give us 30 minutes of your time. Dude, I don't have 30 minutes of my time to look at investment options. Plain and simple. What are the barriers? What is it that I'm going to have to pay up in terms of time, energy, mind space, etc.? The third thing, belief systems. Is this thing something that agrees or disagrees with my beliefs? Okay, if there's a person who has a mindset that says that, all these finance people, etc., investment consultants, they are only out to get my money or something like that, then that's a belief system you cannot move. So ideally, that's not the kind of prospect you should be talking to. Yeah. If you're like a multi-level marketing guy and, some people say, man, this MLM, I don't want to hear about it. And you're still like, hey, man, what is it that you know about MLM? Yeah, let me come over to your house and, just talk to you out of it. That's not going to happen. Okay. So belief systems. And the fourth thing, of course, definitely is the price and the engagement. Once again, if I wanted to have this benefit, how much it's going to cost, etc. Now, if your prospect comes over to you, if your prospect cuts you across halfway through your pitch and says, okay, let's come to the point, what's the price? Okay, then that means you have not thought about these beliefs and you presented some information which brings them out here. Okay, which brings them out here straight. And even if you talk about the price, the discount, even if you give it away for free, if these beliefs, if these other 3 items are not taken care of, then you're not on solid ground. You're not going to close the deal. So how do we solve this problem? How do we solve this problem? We solve this problem by using the express highway approach. But what we do is, this is your express highway. What we do is we create a box out of it. Okay, this is the express highway box. This is the highway. This is a toll plaza. This is the highway. This is another toll plaza. Okay, this is a highway. This is another toll plaza. Okay, we create a box out of it. Okay. And at the end, at the bottom, is your product inside. Just like the Egyptians used to hide the dead bodies of their emperors right inside the crypt. Okay, so you have to break through 6 or 7 layers of the pyramids in order to get to the real thing, which was they were bejeweled, they were put all kind of gold and everything was put on them, on their bodies, and then they were engraved over there, right? So what we do is we use a 3-stage process in order to create this box. We use a 3-stage process to create this box. Okay. What is a 3-stage process? The first stage is interest or idea. What is the big idea? What is the big idea? Okay. We talk about one idea. We say, this is our idea. If this interests you, hit the link below or whatever it is, come to my webinar or call me, WhatsApp me, whatever. Just get the opt-in. Okay, opt-in, which is, hey, can I call you? Can I message you? Would you like to come here? Would you like to hit my web link or whatever it is, right? So the first thing is the interest or the idea. I don't know if this thing is clear, so I'll write it with a black pen, idea. Okay, so they are interested in your idea of achieving a certain result. They are interested in their idea of achieving a certain result. Now, subconsciously, we have been a commercial species for the last 5,000, 8,000 years, which means, trade brought us together, which is why we are not killing each other and we have not become extinct like the other species, yeah? Because we can coordinate on basic principles like trade. Okay, so psychologically, everybody knows that there is going to be a trade at the end, right? So what you do is you need to get them open up their barriers. And if they want this idea, if they want this idea and they do the opt-in, which is they hit your link, they give you their WhatsApp number, they give you their email or whatever it is. Okay, then the next stage is you give them something that brings them closer. You give them a reward. Something that brings them closer to their goal. What is the thing? That is how to. Okay, you give them how-to information. That helps them achieve that goal without your product. Okay, you give them how-to 6 points, 7 points, 10 points on how to achieve these things, what people are doing in all the different directions, etc. In order to achieve the same result that you want. Okay, if you want to impact nature in a better way, there are 10 ways how you can do it. If you want to increase your income, there are 10 ways how to do it. You want to become a better parent, better guitar player, whatever it is. Okay, there are 10 ways how to do it. Okay, 7 ways, 6 ways, 5 ways, 3 ways, any number will do. Okay, and this should not include your product, but all of these ways should be encapsulated in your product. So make sure you name only the items that are later that your product is going to enable or enforce or accelerate. Okay, and then you ask them for another micro commitment, which is come and meet me over here or whatever, come to meet me in my webinar or whatever it is, right? And the third micro commitment, they achieve all these 7 or 10 results that you had mentioned earlier with one single solution that costs them one time, that does not take too much headache to maintain or whatever. People are only looking for 3 or 4 things: how much time, how much headache, how much effort, and how much money is it going to cost for me. Okay, how much money is it going to cost for me to achieve my desired result. Okay, now this, my friend, is what you call the hot box. Okay, this is your express highway. It's got all the tolls and everything built in. Okay, and what you do is, once this hot box is ready, okay, all you do is the entrance to this box, you keep bringing more and more people and asking them only one question: we have this idea, does this idea interest you? We have this idea, does this idea interest you? We have this idea, does this idea interest you? If the idea interests them, then they perform an action, which is they pay some toll, okay, by doing the WhatsApp opt-in that I spoke about, or the email opt-in or something, right? Something that allows you to connect with them with their permission, right? And then you say, hey, we're having this really cool thing where, you can achieve this result that you spoke about in 10 different ways. None of them cost money. None of those 10 ways cost money, or none of those 10 ways cost effort, or none of those 10 ways cost time, any of the above. And then you present them 10 ways, 5 ways, 3 ways, 7 ways, whatever it is, on how they can achieve that result. Except that now you are doing the work of Google. If you had provided them your product, they would have gone out and Googled you, and then they would have gotten lost. Okay, what you're doing is you're providing all the Googling to them up front. Okay, all the Googling to them up front. And then you say, hey, by the way, we have something coming up, we'll be able to, showcase something that would help you, etc. Would you like to join us at this place for a tea party, for a webinar, for a meeting, etc., etc. And, they come over there, and then you showcase your product, which says, hey man, you remember all those 10 things we talked about? We thought, wouldn't it be great if we could encapsulate all those 10 little benefits into one product? Okay, and this is the product, okay, and this is the price, and that's how you help them close on the product. Okay, that's how you help them close on the product. Now there are things called advanced negotiating and closing, which means for anything that costs upwards of ₹1,00,000, people are going to ask for discount. There's going to be that's a totally different topic. I don't want to get into it in this video. I want to keep it small and simple. Also, how do you build the message around this? Whole thing works on your messaging. Okay, how do you build the message around your lean startup? What is the lean startup? The first layer is message. The second layer is outreach. Okay, how do you get the word out? Outreach. Okay, and the third is your business house, which contains not one but many products. Your business house should contain not one but many products. Okay, so how do you build this out? How do you build out your message so you can have people coming into your hot box. Okay, how do you build out the message? They'll be coming into your hot box. So we're having a premium workshop. It's a paid workshop, 5-day workshop where we allow you or we help you to build this whole thing out. And but it will be, I'm thinking of making it free for the Hangout members, yeah, because you get access to some freebies, etc., by being part of this group. So if you wanna see that information, if you wanna make sure that Facebook shows you that announcement, there's 10,000 plus people in here. Facebook shows you that information only to maybe 2,000 people at a time, right? So what you want to do is like and comment on this video. Let me know your takeaways, etc., so that once that announcement comes, it will be up for 3 days only. You will get a 3-day time frame to sign up for that workshop. The workshop costs 1,400 rupees. Okay, so but I'll give you a free access to selected people. But I'll just put up an announcement, and the people who see it are the people who can get in. Yeah, don't be telling me later I didn't see the announcement. That's because you didn't interact with the videos. I'll see you later. Bye bye.